Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good evening. Sean Higgs coming at you for Late Night Money. There you go. Banner in the background. Welcome on into the show. Sunday late, Monday early, wherever you are. Hello. As we look into a Monday college basketball card. That's what we center on. I know people come in and ask for NBA or hockey or stuff like that, but the show's premise 3 years ago was conference tournaments, and it's branched into a daily pick show. But it's tournament week, and that's what we're going to cut straight on. Mr. Sean Higgs on Twitter. Come give me a follow if you haven't already, and might not hit the like button. Whenever picks, Sean Higgs, whatever YouTube channel you're watching, awesome. Maybe you're on the Twitter. If you're on Twitter, give me a follow. Let's go. All right. What do we? 1-1. Michigan under. Bad. Austin, PA, winner. Northern Colorado not looking good. I had Towson, PA, the Tommies. Asheville was bad. Furman couldn't get there. Chattanooga. I left a couple out here on the show. I feel like I had a couple other games today that I bet myself. For number one, end up taking Temple. I just figured with all that stuff going on there, that was a game they had to win. I didn't do anything. I mentioned the Lehigh game I liked, but I had the 650 Lehigh future. Didn't do anything on that guy. Who else? Anyway, it is what it is. It's a break-even kind of day. Maybe lose a little bit here, depending on if the Colorado comes back. I'm going to probably just chalk this up as a loss, but I don't want to do it ahead of time until it's officially final because that's how I got off like 2 games. I had to go back and recount up the numbers here. I had to recalculate. But everybody wants tomorrow's picks, so we'll get into tomorrow's picks. They're in the chat. They are now in the Twitter world. Everybody could get on with their lives. 42-12, 1-1, North Colorado pending. Tomorrow's Zach's and CAA. Charleston minus the 4. I could have this at a 3.5, but it is 4 now. It is what it is. That's what is in the chat. I don't change it from day to night. Doesn't happen that way. Clara, +9 versus St. Mary's. St. Mary's Fairies. +9. I thought about a under in this game as well because I know everybody's going to bring up how they got destroyed at home and scored like 40-some points against them. The game before that, they had just beaten Gonzaga, so let's chalk that up to just being a flatty spot. And then Madison in the Sun Belt to wrap up a little title at a 6.5 clip. Now, I will give you a little Marco Schmidt rundown and all the games that I have lines for. I'm still waiting for a couple, but Charleston, told you like Charleston. I do like Hofstra here over Stony Brook. Cleveland State and Oakland, I'll sign me up for some dog action there. Same with Milwaukee and Northern Kentucky. Maybe just do a money line play on Milwaukee. It's going to be like -105, 110. What do you take +1? No, they lose by 1. Omaha, Denver. I would go a little Omaha there. I like the Tommies. I had the Tommies today. I like them tomorrow against South Dakota State. That is James Madison. We mentioned SoCon. I'll probably be looking at Sanford with East Tennessee off a OT game there. Then they cost me today. I was on the other side of that one. Weber, Montana State, Montana, Portland State. I'm going to look towards the dogs in that one. I shouldn't say I'm going to look towards the dogs. I'm doing a Marcos Minute. We're going to cover all the games. I'm going to look dogs. Claire's another dog. We got it here. Gonzaga and Frisco. How about an over 149.5 here? I think Gonzaga's going to really do their thing here. I don't know. 8.5. Do I want to lay that? We'll see. And your extra rotation big games at the tail end of your ticket here. Lamar in the Southland over New Orleans. You know what? You're going to if I could get this Lamar, can I get under 10 on this? I get under 10, I'll take Lamar. And Nichols. I'll take both faves in the Southland. Oh, all right. All the games covered. Let's see how the chat's doing tonight. Locking up with the King is in house. Sets in ASUN Championship along with plus $12 in the Big South. 12 biggies. Excellent work, King D. Tooch is in house. Late on money. Get it, Higgs. Best of the business. Thank you, Tooch. Me and Tooch and Pound It on Fridays. We do a show together Friday nights. Andres, welcome. Tooch, Lamar 9.5. Is this a neutral site game? Southland. Where's my little sheet for Southland? Hold on. Oh, Tooch. You know I don't have all these memorized. No, they are playing in Lake Charles, right across the border down I-10. Lake Charles. KD says 5 more conference tournaments pending. Roll the dice. Haven't hit a conference game. Now I still have some alive, and I'll read them off to you. I was going to actually put them in the chat, but I'm waiting for to see what else I failed to get here. So I had mentioned Little Rock. That was the loser, plus 230. Sacred Heart went down the first night. 750 loser. Belmont loser. The Weeb. Cashville. Greensboro. All down the drain. Now that is, well, a little burp, excuse me. I have a Lehigh 650 pending. So there's that. And I have 220-1s with Milwaukee and Cleveland State. Of course, they're on opposite sides. I'm hoping for big upsets there. And then, boom, I'm in business at 20-1. And all my woes are washed away. Nick Nasty. Go, go, Godzilla. I like Godzuki, his little friend. Go, go, Godzilla. That's a real song, by the way, folks, for you young cats out there. Lamar is stuff at home. This isn't the aren't home games. It's tournament time. Listen, Lamar's a good program. They score. I don't think, this is more of a home game for New Orleans, I'd say, than it is for Lamar. Because it is in Louisiana. Lake Charles is not far from New Orleans. Appreciate that. Yeah. No, seriously. 12-1 on Longwood. Good money. Good. Ryan's asked, do you have a surprise team doing a Power 5 conference tournament? I loaded up on the Sean Higgs YouTube, right? I just did a bunch of Power 5. I'll tell you what I just did. I'll tell you the schools I just did. I did the Double A MAC, Big 12, ACC, A10. That all I did? Four? Felt like 400. So surprise team in A10. What would see? Let's, you know what? Let's see my A10 banner here. Because this one's, I just went through all the other ones. So obviously Dayton is the fave. Plus 150. They're the 3 seed. Richmond, the number 1 is 475. Loshi is 550. I'm not going to say take Dayton, right? I don't do that. I see that I just ran off a bunch of picks I took, and they're all slightly plus money kind of stuff. I don't want to do Dayton, and I didn't play any of these yet. Richmond and Loshi, I guess, are worth sort of shots at those prices. But a deeper one, I don't know. I mentioned George Mason at 15-1. They ended the season with a 20-point win basically over Richmond. You beat Dayton, and you lost against Loshi, but you scored a couple wins. And maybe you got a little something under your hat, and it goes somewhere. But maybe VCU, just because that's a team that's been in tournaments before. They're 10-1. Again, I haven't moved on anything in the A10. Definitely not Dayton at plus 150. If I do anything, honestly, it'll probably be um, maybe a VCU at 10-1. I don't know. I don't even know if that's worth it. Dane's pretty good. I really don't see why you wouldn't just put a couple bucks on Richmond and Loshai. They're the 1 and 2 seeds. They've beaten the other teams, right? I mean, Richmond beat Dayton. They won at Loyola Chicago. Um, Loshai won at Dayton, lost to Richmond. So if you could beat the team ahead of you, I think you have a puncher's chance. In the ACC, let's be honest, it is North Carolina and Duke. It's a North Carolina play for me. I mean, plus 190, 17-3. You swept Duke. Are they gonna get knocked off? I don't think so. A- And if you want to go somewhere deep down the road, who's that team? Who's that team? I mean, like part of me wants to say it's the Hurricanes. Not just because I got a U banner hanging behind me. You're gonna get what, 90-1, 100-1 on a team that was in the Final Four last year? My double A Mac. Listen, you could go anywhere to double A Mac. I'm not gonna fight off anybody in double A Mac. And who else to say? Oh, Big 12. So here we go. How good is Houston? They are minus 135. So that's a no go. Where are we looking for a down the line kind of play? Baylor is the trendy team everybody likes. Maybe BYU shoots the lights out at 14-1. But really, at 12-1, why want to be Kansas? Is that really a surprise team? It's Kansas. They're still 12. They're 12-1. They're 12-1. In the Big East, if I'm looking, honestly, you're going to hear what? St. John's because it's Patino. Creighton. Creighton's plus 350. You don't take Creighton? Sure, 350. Marquette, I think, has got an injury problem. I don't want to. That's not worth it to me. Villanova, 20-1. Out of all the teams I mentioned, like, this or that, you hear my thinking on them. I'm not invested in any of those teams. Maybe Kansas would be worth a shot at 12-1. Villanova at 20-1. You beat Texas Tech, Memphis, and North Carolina. 3 in a row. Took care of business on neutral courts. You beat Creighton. You lost to UConn. Okay. All their top guys get free throws, which is key this time of year. I know it's like you're like, oh, Villanova. Villanova 20-1 to win the Big East. I will not be shocked. That would be my favorite. And I did have a bunch of others that I mentioned from the tournaments underway. Looking at this, I like this a bunch. Villanova, I think at 20-1 is definitely worth a bet. Not even like a little bet. I mean, if you're betting like $5, $10, I double up. I think it's worth a shot. I think that'd be. I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say Nova to win it. I like it. 20-1. I don't know. I might put like $2 or $3 on it. I don't pay 20-1, $300. I'll take it. Player Prop Kings in the house. Good to see you, my friend. King D says, IU to win the Big Ten since Mike Jordan won your contract extension. They're bowling plus a healthy Xavier Johnson. Well, I mean, I don't think it's a Mike Woodson thing, but Johnson being healthy is probably a bigger plus for them. And I haven't done the Big 12 yet. The Big 10. I'm going to go into the Big 10. That's on the agenda tomorrow. Where are the next 6 I have to do tomorrow? I should have ran a poll today for tonight's show. Be like, what polo shirt tomorrow? The white one or the black one? I got to knock out what I thought I didn't put up the Big East. Well, I told you my Big East play, so that video is going to go up tomorrow. Big East, Big West, SEC, Mountain West, Pac-12. I mean, the single MAC plays on Thursday. I got to dive into them. Houston, no value. Baylor could take naps. Exactly. You got 14-1 to MGM? Yes. Worth it. 20-1 on Nova? Yes. Worth a shot. I think Kansas is definitely worth a shot. It's still Kansas. It's not like I know they were bad on the road and this and that. I can't say no to that team. That is a 12-1. I think it's worth a shot. Godzilla agrees. Hello, Nick Nancy. Gabe's in the house. Who wins the A10? You know, I was just talking about that, I guess, before you came in, Gabe, with the A10. You have Dayton as a favorite. They're the 3 seed. They're plus a little money. And again, I can't go Dayton. Let me pull up their odds. So they're 150. To me, is it worth it? Was it worth it plus 150? I don't know. I mean, this isn't a conference where it's like, hey, I'm going to take Duke plus 180 or North Carolina plus 190 because the rest of the conference looks bad. Dayton is a 3 seed for a reason because they lost a couple games here. So Richmond at 475, Loshai at 550. Maybe they're worth a shot. Maybe you think a team like Duquesne goes on a run. Like they had won 6 straight, but that's I don't know. You got Dayton up after that. After your little, you were in the first round, and you got Dayton sitting for you. Maybe VCU at 10-1. I'll tell you now. It's in my video, so nobody's gonna watch my video because I'm just talking about all the conferences right now. I like the dog in the St. Bonaventure matchup in the second round. Bonnie's going to play LaSalle or GW. They lost to them both. They'll be a favorite in that game. Sign me up for whoever the Bonnies are playing. But I would just, again, Loshai, 550 is worth it. VCU, I don't know. I just don't want to come in and just say, take the faves. And again, I didn't bet anything in that conference. Arkansas State money line today from Nick Nasty. I didn't hear the tourney used to be at the Boardwalk Hall. It is, yeah, it's Barclays now. It's at the Barclays, but you know what's at the Boardwalk Hall? The AA Mac. AA Max at the Barclays. Portland backstage tattoo in the house. Good to see you backstage. So you like Portland tomorrow in the NBA. Backstage tattoo comes in and says, forget no betting allowed. It is nothing but action. I'm going to take Portland plus 12 tomorrow. 12 and a half. Who's out? We got guys out for these guys tomorrow. I see 10s now. Who is out for Boston? Because I see nothing but 10s right now. If you got a sleeper and you can get that 12 and a half, I say go for it. I'm just not seeing it. It has dropped. The edge is gone. There is no 12 and a halves out there. Open at 13 and a half, 12s, and then boom. Hold on a second. Take Portland plus the points. And thank you later. Pen is out for backstage. So those of you wonder what I'm doing with the pen? And I'm writing backdoor tattoo instead of backstage tattoo because I'm a sicko. Backstage tattoo. Pen is out. Thank me later. Portland. And the points. You hit me up with a thank me later or lock. I'm going to write it down and you get called out on the next show. Win or lose, you get a shout out. Dayton is beatable. For plus one, it's one thing if you're saying, Duke or North Carolina plus 180, plus 190. I'm not going to say no to those teams because I think the ACC is weak. I mean, Dayton at a 150, are they that dominant that they can't go down? They're the 3 seed because they lost some games. That's why they're not the 1 seed. King D to Nick Nasty, good hit on the Arkansas State. I just might go to the AA Mac. Yeah. It's that Boardwalk Hall. You're so close. Gabe says Mountain West tourney is going to be awesome. UNLV could take it at the Thompson Mac. Yeah, home game for UNLV in the tournament. Those teams play much better on their home court. Yeah, it's a good spot for UNLV, and I think they're going to need it. They're going to have to make a little noise. I think they're a bubble team. I think they're a bubblelicious. They're bubblelicious. But I don't know. I think that's a wrap tonight. Last night, I told you this morning when I came in, it's up to like after 3, waiting for these freaking lines to come out. I don't. Why are they taking so long to come out at some shops? This is ridiculous. UNLV needs 2 wins. Yeah, they do. All right, we're going to chalk this up. Official 1-2 day, 42-13. Northern Colorado, a loser. I'm mad at myself because I probably could have put out more games today, but doing it that night, waiting for lines to come up, and then I forget to put something in the chat. Dumb. Can't cry over spilled milk. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Because for every winner, I probably would have had a loser today as well. Come on, lines. Come up. I think I see a Samford. Is Samford opening up at 10.5? Oh, my goodness. 10.5's Samford. I wanted to take Samford. 10.5. Oy. And a total of 151.5. I didn't like ETSU, East Tennessee today. And I took Chattanooga because I'm like, team hasn't played well. You're off a battle. Ugh. 10 and that was not. I did not think it was be 10.5. He had a blowout win against VMI. Huge upset win over Greensboro. Battled all the way back to win in overtime. Anything other than a 10.5, I'm taking Samford. 4 games in 4 days. Is this where they don't shoot at all? Or does Samford just run it up because there's no defense here? 151. I'll tell you what, I might have to go over in this game. I'm torn on a Samford game, folks. 4-4, I don't want to play, especially again off in overtime. The Samford win is like 80-65. Ugh. King D says, give me Pitt to win 14-1. With Pitt, I get it, right? It's, Pitt's. You won at Duke, but what else do you have on your record? Oh, you beat Virginia? You lost at Wake 91-58. You lost it on the North Carolina 70-57. And you're 0-2 versus Clemson. You're going to get the Wake Forest is going to get past Notre Dame or Georgia Tech. So you got Wake Forest, and they crushed you at home. I don't know. Good luck on that. Tooch says Santa Clara St. Mary's under 134.5. Looks low. I'm not going to say I don't like it, but am I going to bet it? No. Just give me the dog. Low total, I'm taking a near double-digit dog. Kennedy took Syracuse at 50-1. Not bad here, plus 5 dimes. I don't hate this, King D, because I did a show with Ross and Jesse. We talked about this, and I said, a team like Syracuse is getting no thought of um, tournament, right? They're not in the tournament, but yet the record is like the same as Michigan State. And they got Michigan State in a tournament. Oh well, the ACC's down. Maybe is it down? Maybe you just got a bunch of teams that are kind of solid that beat up on each other. Why does one conference get a benefit over the other conference? I mean, 50-1 to Cuse. Hey, I won't say no to any kind of 50-1. Let's see. Let me pull up their matchups here. I mean, 50-1. They're the fourth best record. It's ridiculous. All right. Cuse gets NC State and Louisville. You beat NC State on the road by 4. You beat them at home by 12. I doubt Louisville advances. And then you have Duke. Well, that's the thing. You got Duke on deck. And here comes the teams above you. The teams that are a little better. Clemson, 0-1. North Carolina, 0-2. There's a win versus Clemson. So that's 2-1. Lost the other one to NC. Lost to Dookie. You beat Pitt. Let's look at any non-conference goodness here. Well, you beat Colgate, who's all right. You lost by decent chunks, to Gonzaga and Tennessee. I'm not going to take points away for that one. You beat Oregon on neutral. That's a nice one there. There's the Pitt win at home. You're coming off the loss at Clemson. You had one 4 in a row before that. Your loss. That Georgia Tech loss is a bad loss. That's the kind of thing where you see like a loss at Georgia Tech 65-60. Come on, you need that game, King D. That's the kind of stuff that gets them a bad play there. I mean, at this place you'd be maybe the 5 seed instead, and then you're facing Pitt instead of Duke. I put $100 on it. Listen, plus 5 times, so 50-1 up. Think you're gonna get a? Oh no! Don't do that. Nice payday for 4 days of work, but it's a big payday because it's a lot of work needs to be done. And you got Duke in the second round. It's no easy task. I know there's a lot of Duke haters, and I'm not a lover of Duke, but definitely worth it. That's why the tournaments are good. Put a couple bucks on something for 3 days. Cinderella, folks. Catch lightning in a bottle. You never know. Just like King D said, little lightning in a bottle. We saw it. You saw how long would you take some of these dogs? King D doesn't like Flopowski, the mad tripper. Flopkowski, no relation to Kelly Kapowski. All right. I should readjust this now because it is officially a loser. I'm an official loser today. I know people get upset, especially when you see a monster run and you think it's going to last forever. It doesn't last forever. It's still all right, but the problem is, if you haven't been on for the last 2 weeks and you come on today, you have a loser on your hands. You're upset. I get it. Get back on track tomorrow. Best day to start tailing is after a losing day, and we went 1-2 today. So darn well we'll be coming in firing away tomorrow like a Gatling gun, having some fun on a championship Monday. KD, good night. Appreciate you as well. Thanks for popping in. What do you think about? Well, I was going to bring this up, especially as the show ends. But Russell Wilson to the Steelers, why? Andres, it is a grind, and once if you change your thinking and your wiring, that's a grind. It's not one day. It's a whatever it is, 6 months, right? November, December, January, February, March, April. Well, 5 months and a couple days. Then you'll And you'll start winning. Good night, Nick Nasty. Lamar team total over. Yes, Tooch. Yes, take the over. Right, terrible signing. Wow, what did this? I get it. You don't have to pay the guy, but who's you throwing to? Who's you throwing to? And you got to love Judy to the Browns. Judy, Amari Cooper, Njoku. Not bad. Now they just got to find a quarterback. They should have signed Russell Wilson, Cleveland. All right. This is Sean Higgs on Twitter if you're not following already, although I think most of you are. Sean Higgs on YouTube as well. I will be back tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern, with your midday money.